Hi, family. Hi, family. This is Dr. Mo with Moya Body Care and Colon Hydrotherapy. And I am your favorite colon hydrotherapist that practices the sacred art of colon hydrotherapy, herbs, and natural living. This is going to be more of a conversation about um, entrepreneurship and being guided by those you hold on a pedestal. I know. So I am 47, right? I have been in business for 19 years. Um, in that process, can you imagine a young Black woman saying that I can help you with your digestion by flowing water through your booty hole? Like, can you imagine, like, what I had to do emotionally, spiritually, physically to receive the backlash that I got? And I did. I got a lot of backlash because here's the thing. Here's the truth that nobody talks about. Colon therapy is a white woman's world up until a certain point. Up until a certain point, it was a white woman's world. And when let me back up, a kept white woman's world. So I come into the picture 19 years ago as a single young Black woman who is on her purpose and hungry to help her community. Can you imagine the shit that was said to me? And actually, still to this day, to be honest with you, they're a little bit more savvy with it, but they still say a little something here and there. But I have, made my mark. So I'm not saying that industries don't come with something. They do. They all do. But this is what I want to really talk to you about. I was sitting in meditation last night and just being in deep gratitude about where I am in my business and the fact that it can sustain me and my son and that I'm helping people. I'm just, in gratitude and gratitude and gratitude. And then all of a sudden, the women along my path who I thought the world of at one point in time, these were my mentors at some point in time until they were not. I'm going to say I've had about 6 to 8 mentors over the course of my 19-year business of Black women, white women, Asian women, Latina women. I think that's it. Yeah. White women too. Yes. Have gifted me some serious hardcore gems. Not all of them like cut me at the end. Not all of them. But all of them gave me some type of pearls, right? But this is what I want to say in the end. When I started to believe in myself, when I started shaping my own identity and listening to God and listening to my authentic self and listening to the feedback that my clients are giving me about my gifts, about my hands, about my knowing, that's when shit got real. That's when everything changed. That's when people were like, oh, wait a minute. No, you can't do that. No, you can't be excellent. No, you have to work for me. I literally had a practitioner who was and still at the top of her game. She was so threatened by me. She told me that I had to be her assistant, that I cannot run my own business. She told me that I could not run my own business. I cannot have my own bank account. Everything needs to go through her, and I am her assistant. And what she needs right now is all these stacks of files to be typed up and then market to and all this good stuff. Now, mind you, I was already in business for 4 years at that point. Moya Body Care was already in operation for 4 years at that point. And because I was in my lane, because I am in my lane, they tried desperately to shift me out of my lane. And when I say desperately, I mean desperately, which, by the way, made me anchor down even more, because in my thought process, I'm like, oh, well, if you owe me that so much, that means that I must be on my path. Ding, 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 ding. Because nobody would give that much energy into stopping something if it wasn't supposed to be there. How about that? Now, that's the first thing that I want to say about choosing you. Regardless of who was in front of me, I always chose me in the end, and they hated that. Especially as a young Black woman under 28. Oh my God, they were like, the audacity. You should not be this astute. You should be following me, and how dare you question. I had women tell me that. Y'all, I had women tell me that. The other thing that happened that came up in my meditation, and I'm so grateful for Spirit. I'm so grateful for my ancestors. I am so grateful for the guidance that I have, because this is what happened to me. I mean, it happened to me more than, it just kept happening. I would run into women that were doing things in the field that I wanted to be prominent in. They were doing things that I thought could not be done. Like, there was this one woman, I know, she's a colon therapist. She was in Abu Dhabi doing workshops. She was in Madrid teaching about digestive health and wellness. And she was a Black woman. And I was like, oh my God, teach me. Like, how are you doing this? And she was like, oh, you can totally do it. You got it, girl. ... And you'd have to fundraise and this and that. I'm like, fundraise? Okay, so I'm out here, I'm doing it. And shit ain't making sense. I got sick behind it, actually, trying to keep up. In the end, this is what the reality was. She was married to a white man, a wealthy white man that had severe connections in the health and wellness industry. She was simply just a face. When I really started sitting down to talk with her, she had no depth about colon therapy, no depth about wellness, and quite as it's kept, she really wasn't living that lifestyle or embodying it. She was just enjoying life and being married and just going out there, which, by the way, is not my position. I'm like, this is my life. This is all I have to hold on to. I cashed out my 401k to do this. And you said to me that you did it as well. Love, you didn't do it as well. And when I tell you, my heart, because I thought I had a friend, my heart was so crushed. So I meet the next mentor. And all of these women did the same exact thing. Told me, as a single woman who is not kept by a man or have additional financial support from men, you could do it. When the whole time they've never did it on their own. Everything that they told me, they never did on their own. Now, speed it up to today. I am proud to say I have built Moya Body Care on my own. I've been supported here and there throughout the years, but that support came from my clients making payments for their sessions. Hey, my clients will come in, they will buy series of 3, series of 8. They'll do the 21-day program. They'll drop $5,000 here, $2,000 there. That's how I built my business up. My family stepped in when they needed to, and they supported me either at the front desk or emotionally or spiritually or financially sometimes. And I continue to stand on my authentic self. Now, I am not saying that if you have a husband or a man in your life that is supporting you, that's not what you're supposed to do. That's not what I'm saying. I absolutely adore men. Y'all know I do. Okay? I ain't got no issues with them, player. But what I do have an issue with is this. Is women out here in this world who are entrepreneurs, who are telling women that they could do it when they are not in the same boat. That's not being authentic. That's a scam, personally. And I see it happen over and over and over and over and over again. And my students who come in to see me, they tell me these stories. Like, I was working with this woman and she was telling me this. And I said, yeah, I know her. She's still at it, huh? Yeah. And these women come broke. They come hurt. They come ready to fight. And I just be like, yeah. I was there for a hot second, but then I realized that there is a gift in this exchange. Basically, what these women told me was that I am capable beyond measure. They wish that they had the authentic space to stand as tall as I am standing on my own. Most of those women that were my mentors that I just cut off, they're my clients now. You see how things circle back? So you don't have to be bitter about your lessons or your journeys or your travels. And they all have said, like, wow. Like, one woman, actually, we had a deep conversation. It was deep. She told me, she said, I intentionally tried to break you. This is a Black woman, an elder. I looked up to her as an elder. She's in my office, in this office, downstairs, and I'm giving her a colonic. And she looks to me and she says, I tried to break you. And I said, and look what you did. I said, and look what you did, baby. And I laughed just like that. And she looked at me. I was like, oh, yes. I said, love, my ancestors got me, okay? They always have got me, baby. You couldn't have broke this. And if you did break it, love, now you got two of us. So you just broke it and made two. You didn't break it to break it. You broke it to multiply. And all she could do was just look at me. And when I tell you, the best thing that you can do is not allow any of this confusion to settle in your heart space and make you bitter. Do not, love. Do not. Every experience is a golden lesson. Now, it may not be a golden lesson while you in it, because trust and believe me, I was ready to throw some blows. You know, I'm from Linwood. I was like, what you say to me? But as I matured into my empowered caretaker person that I am, I realized what was happening. I am a white crystal mirror in galactic signature, right? In that system. Mirrors reflect back to you who you are. That's what I was doing to these women. I was reflecting back to them who they are and who they are not. And for some women, that can be a hard pill to swallow, coming from a young Black woman who's on her path and very much know that she's on her path. When you are an elder trying to still find your way or get comfortable in your way. You understand where I'm going with it? Like, I totally understood, like, why, like, looking back at it and when I meditate on it and when I journal about it, like, I understand. I understand. I understand. Now, would I respond to women that way? I've never responded to women that way, and I never will. That's just not how I get down. It's not how I roll. I'm not threatened by women who are on their path. I am not threatened by women who are not on their path. I'm not threatened by women in general. I am very turned on by women because I am a woman, right? Like the community of being around women, yo. And men know that. They like, we can't have these women like, connected and hooking up. They'll start changing the whole planet. And we totally do. When you get 3 women together that are healthy, all their needs are met, and they are in their power and knowing, do you know what can happen? They know it. And I'm grateful that I have always had that knowing about myself from the beginning. And I am grateful for all of those women that have touched my heart in one way or another. Some touched them with gentle hands. Some came to extinguish me. All of it is okay. I receive and accept it all, because that is how I got to this beautiful space. So this is not an offering. I'm not offering you anything outside of clarity about your path, right? Clarity about your path. If you are questioning if that is the right person you should be sharing your information with, which, by the way, you shouldn't be sharing a whole lot with anybody, sit with that for a second. Love on yourself. You can guide yourself, love. Most people are out here walking around in a circle not knowing what to do. I am here for relationships. I am here for being kept. I am here for friendships. What I am not here for is chaos, circus level bullshit, and confusion. I will shut that shit down immediately. And we'll continue to do it. So with that being said, love, you go out there and be great and amazing. Like, really stand in your truth and dress it up. Like, put your earrings on, put your lipstick on, do your hair. Stand in your worth, because you are worth it. Stay magical.